Hey everybody, this is Steve Owens with the Georgia Bass Nation Kayak Series. I apologize, Tennessee Bass Nation Kayak Series. Me and Sassy Dan run them both. We're up here in Knoxville, Tennessee for the next to the last event of the season. And we're up here at Roosters in Knoxville having some good hot wings and some hanging out with the fellowship here. We got about a dozen anglers come up and eating today, having a good time. And you all know what's on the line. We're fishing for the state championship on Lake Guntersville later this year, and also the Carl Black Chevrolet of Nashville Angler of the Year Award. Right now we got Marcus Grubbs leading, but coming up here this weekend, we're on the river system in Knoxville. And these anglers up here in Knoxville know these waters very well, so they're coming after Marcus for those points. It's going to be hard to catch him, but we're going to see what's going to happen this weekend. Again, you know, when you tune into our social media, look at all of our sponsors and everything that they do for us. If you're part of our event series, you know that our event series has a lot of prizes. We give away premier trophies from Catch products and checks and banners, and everything that we do is always top shelf, and we couldn't do that without those sponsors. Those things cost a lot, and they help us out with them, and as long as with a lot of swag and product too to give away. So we got one more event after this one on Pickwick out of Counts, Tennessee. So get a hold of myself or Daniel, and we'll get you squared away for that event there. And then, you know, that event is going to be your last event to make it into the state championship on Guntersville. So just some information about this one. We're hosted by Visit Knoxville. They were the group responsible for getting the Bassmaster Classic up here earlier this year, which is a huge success. Tennessee's Russ Schneiders took home the national or the Bassmaster Championship, and so we are proud to be back up here fishing and grateful for their support. So I'll go ahead and get into the details for this event. This is a 5-fish limit. You know, it's the boundaries are all listed, and I'll tell you those as you be patient as I scroll through the Tourney X shadow box to read those. So from the Cherokee Dam down to the confluence, the Douglas Dam down to the confluence, and the confluence down to the Buck Carnes Bridge in Knoxville. What the confluence is where the rivers meet. The Holston and French Broad meet. That makes a point. That's a confluence. Little Pigeon First Bridge up from the French Broad, which is Boyd Creek's highway. So entry fee $75, includes $5 big bass. And your times in the morning when you get out, pay attention to the lighting. You may need your 360-degree light on and your navigation light if you're choosing to run a motor. You're able to launch at 5:30 a.m. You don't have to if it's too dark for you or you're just not ready. Lines in at 6 a.m. Lines out at 2 p.m. Last fish submission is at 3 p.m. You have an hour to do that. And we're going to check back in at around 4 o'clock at the Nedwick Werder Riverside Landing. Appreciate everything you all do to make the season successful. Pay attention to your cell service because it could be kind of limited up here on these bodies of water. And, you know, once all of that happens, we'll get down and we'll get the awards handed out and the trophies and get you all headed back home. And we appreciate everything that you do. We're going to work on trying to get some pizza out there tomorrow, depending on how far it is. We'll get some Sassy Dan to run and get it. So appreciate all of you. Have a good night. Thanks.